Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrahli sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. Warm welcome to all of my lovers, followers, subscribers, friends, everybody who's been watching my videos since the beginning of my channel. Really grateful to all because everyone is much more preoccupied, but even then, you people are spending time with me. So, guys, once again, with a very important topic, very disgusting topic, very deep thinking required topic I am going to discuss today is the black tradition, is the curse of dowry here in our country and in specific the subcontinent. So, guys, just I'm from Pakistan, and it's time of Maghrib prayer. So, Azan is on ahead. So, little bit, please wait for just 2 to 3 minutes. In the meanwhile, other friends must join. So, inshallah, we will carry on just after 2 to 3 minutes. So once again, welcome in my live transmission. There was break of the prayer azan, calling from the God for prayer. So it's time of Maghrib here in Pakistan. So guys, I was telling you that today we are going to discuss a black tradition of dowry in our country, not just in our country, but in complete area of subcontinent. So very first of all, keep understanding that what is dowry. Dowry is the luggage or the goods what a parents are giving when their daughter is going to be married. First of all, keep clear in your mind what it is. Then, now, with the passage of time, and this curse has been increasing day by day in this area of subcontinent and the countries who are in this area, South Asia, you can say, this habit, this tradition, this curse has been increasing rapidly, and which is one of which is one of unfortunate. I tell you that, for example, if any person is having one daughter, two, three, or four, whatever the number is, what mostly the average we are going to observe, it's around about 2 to 4. So when you people are going to give your daughter complete luggage of just for starting a new life, just consider how this is going to be difficult for the parents. But this has been much more unfortunate that this habit is going on viral, and everybody is going to be involved in so Anila is there. Anila, thank you very much for joining. First member who has joined. I mean, dowry, Anila, we are talking about. Definitely, you are also a girl, and especially for the girls, I would give this message that for God's sake, that don't be burden on the parents. And definitely, girls are not, daughters are never. This is mostly the demand from the society, first of all, just because this is going to be the habit, and everybody is, is going to be habitual of this thing just by observing the things which are happening in our society. So just because of society, mean people are doing like this. Most of the time, not every time, but sometimes too, the in-laws are demanding this too. If they people are not demanding directly, then indirectly they people are having hope to get the things and to get all the luggage, all the utensils, or all the usages, things which are used in your house or in your life. They must be thinking somewhere in your, in their minds, in their hearts, that they people are demanding these things. But this is definitely is going to be the unfortunate. I mean, just tell me, in this era of inflation, where everything is going to be very much expensive, just tell me that how this is possible for the parents who are earning, where your earning per capita earning is round about 20 to 30,000, where it's very difficult to go for survival, the things which are related, which are required for one's revival, for survival. Then how this comes possible that they are going to arrange all the luggage, all the goods which are required for life? How can they people afford all of these things? Then what happens mostly, that they people borrow the things, or they people are going for the loans. And where, I mean, again, I'm coming on my point, like if a per capita earning is only 20 to 30,000 average. So just consider that how you will survive yourself, how you will write me, I mean, how you will survive yourself, how you will arrange survival for your kids too. And then if you people are supposed to mean manage your loaning what you are getting for this cursed dowry, then what happens with those parents? And if a parent, if a father is having, for example, two daughters, three daughters, four daughters, which are very normally in most of the families, then what that father should do, mean, okay, if for example, if that father is going to arrange the things in a very difficult manner for one daughter, so after that, when definitely that father is going to arrange marriage for one's second daughter, so then he has to practice again the same thing, very worst of all, going for loaning, or definitely for installments. Now I am observing that most of the people, most of the parents, they are going for the I mean, installment sites, they people are supposed to go towards. And you know that in installment, which is the biggest drawback, that if the thing costing 10,000. So in installment, as per your time requirement, it is going to be, doubled, or definitely 50% it's been added more. So just consider that you people are supposed to give 15,000, the thing which is costing 10,000. Even in that situation, that father is going to be in more tough times, in more difficult times, then please tell me that how that father is going to afford all of these things. Okay, then what happens in our society, that most of the things we are not willing to do. We are not convinced to do those things, but definitely by observing our, traditions, our culture, our habits, which are flourishing in our society. So we are just going to observe them. We are just going to copy them. We are just going to follow them. Okay, if that one is giving these things to one's daughter, to his daughter, so definitely I must. And in this way, the in-laws are playing very important role. Most of the times, what they people are thinking, what they people are doing, they people are thinking that okay, I am, if I am giving all the luggage, all the goods for requirement of your life, I am giving to my daughter, to her in-laws too, then if any girl is coming in my home, so then why shouldn't I get all of these things? Why shouldn't I leave all these things? And I must be, enjoying these things. So just really bitter condition is this, that just by observing one another, we are doing this bad habit. We are definitely flourishing. We are causing to flourish this habit just by observing one another. Most of the times that we people are not willing to do this thing, most of the times, but just by observing that what the other person is doing, what the other person is giving to one's daughter, how many things are being given to once that one's daughter, that father is giving, so I must also. So I think this is also one of the biggest drawback, which is one of the unfortunate with us, that we people are following the bad habits too. We people are following the black traditions, which are not required, which are not necessary. Okay, now I am coming on this second side, that definitely we people are Muslims. If I just talk about the Muslims, and I just talk about the Pakistan, what happens in Pakistan, because majority of the Pakistanis, they people are Muslims. So what our religion is telling us, our religion is guiding us, not to give even a single rupee to one's in-laws, to one's daughter. It is at all disallowed. All the expenditure, definitely, while you people are going for marriages, so expenditures are to be there, are to be spent out at any cost. So who is supposed to? Malish side, male ones, the groom one's family is supposed to afford all these things. This has never happened in our history of religion, in the history of Islam, that any female side is going to arrange all these things. All the things are supposed to be afforded by the male side, by the groom's side. But it is unfortunate that today is definitely we people are having this drawback, one side, other side, that we people are having this drawback, that all the expenditures are to be spent out by the female sides. One thing which is biggest unfortunate, and I consider that today, if I talk about the failure or the debacle of my own nation, it is one of the reasons that we people are forcing, as I told you guys earlier, if we people are not forcing directly, then indirectly, definitely we are forcing towards the bridal sides, that they people are supposed to. For example, if any girl is not bringing these shit of dowry with her, unfortunately, so what she has to face in her in-laws house, what happens there with her? Have we ever imagined it? That most of the time she is supposed to listen the points, and definitely the small points from the in-laws, that they must be talking, that she hasn't brought anything with her, she hasn't brought dowry with her, that nothing is been given to her by her parents. She must be listening. If not directly, then indirectly. So when we people are going to change our society, we are just entering today, definitely is the first day of a new year, of a year of 2022. And definitely we are now about to touch the half of this 21st century. While we started, we were thinking that we are entering in 21st century, so definitely we are going to flourish much more, we are going to change ourselves in this 21st century. But definitely the things remain same. There is no visible change what we can say that okay, this positive change has been brought in our society and we are definitely going towards the right direction. Not at all the things remain same. I mean, in these 21 years, just tell me that have we got any change, any positive change? What to talk about the West? I tell you very better thing that West, if okay, people definitely talk about their dismantled family system. It is one of the fact that the people are losing their families. But wherever the people are having this system, so just go there and the people are not giving this much dowry to their daughters. They are not bound to give. And definitely, okay, this is another thing. Boys and girls, most of the time, after being married, they people are going to have their own lives. This is one of the fact. But no parent is bound to give them even the needle. I mean, very ridiculous thing. Please, I want to talk about that. Even in dowry in South Asia or in its Pacific subcontinent, parents are bound to give just one needle too, which might be costing 5 rupees or 10 rupees, I consider. So they people are bound to give. They people are supposed to give. If a needle is not given to one's daughter, what that mean, what I should say, innocent daughter is supposed to listen from one's in-laws that okay, she's not been given even the needle from her father, from her family, she hasn't brought that. It is this much biggest unfortunate, I would tell you. Just tell me that if we start thinking in the way, in the same way that while we are thinking that a girl who has come to you, I consider this is the one of the biggest thing that anybody is going to give you, one's daughter. And just even then you people are thinking about the luggage, about the goods, which definitely, and one more unfortunate is there. Very clicking point I want to give you. Family in-laws who sometimes demanding, and not if demanding, then innerly they people are having this wish. Okay, so they are having all the facilities of life at their homes. Most of the times this happens. One of the reality it is that the Almighty has given them everything, every use of life. I mean, every facility of life been given by the God. But even then, they people are demanding, okay, the girl who is coming, all of the luggage, all of the goods must be with her. I mean, at your home, everything is there. Even then, you people are demanding. I don't understand this logic. Okay, one thing might be possible. Definitely, it's not. But might be possible that, for example, if you are not having all these facilities and luggages or goods at your home, then you might be thinking about this. But this doesn't happen. You are having ample of the luggage. You are having ample of the things at your home. You are having ample of the facilities in your life. Even then, you people are thinking a girl who is coming after being married to your home. So definitely, she must be bringing a lot more things from her parents' home for the facilities and definitely facilities of the life. So what the facilities have been given to you from the God at your home already. So what you will be doing for those things? So for God's sake, we have to change our minds. We must try to bring the change. Now we are definitely in the midst of 21st century, and we people are still thinking a person who is giving one's daughter, so this is going to be compulsion for that father. So just been playing with the compulsion of that father, we people are thinking, we people are demanding, we people are definitely saying to that girl's daughter, girl's home, girl's parents, that please give all the luggages, give all the goods, give all the requirements of life to this your daughter. which is very unfortunate. So I'm coming back to my point where I started about our religion, what your religion is saying, what is happening in the societies, and in particular, like, so there are many friends are with me. Definitely, I'm going to talk about them. So just please, I want to raise few of my points. Then definitely, I'll be discussing with you guys. So please stay tuned. That Islam is saying that all the expenditures of the marriage supposed to be afforded by the groom side, and there have been many examples, many examples. There is one very popular example which most of the Muslims must be aware about, that the marriage of the greatest personality and the daughter of greatest personality, and that personality which causing the creation of this universe, Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, when he definitely arranged the marriage of his greatest daughter, Bibi Fatimatu Zahra, with the greatest personality of this globe, Hazrat Ali, that that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said to Hazrat Ali, Ali, do you have something for the marriage? He said, nothing, I don't have. Because those were the people, no? Those were our leaders, and those are examples for us, that to whom we must be following. But unfortunately, I don't know to whom we people are following, because these things have never been ordered by any religion. I tell you one more thing very interesting, that this has not been ordered by any religion of this globe. This never happens. This never happens in any country, any, I mean, continent. Just been, and no leader is saying the things like this. I think this has been created by us. This has been created by our this brain, which has just been thinking all the time, might be negatively. I don't understand why this is happening. So he said, Prophet said that, Ali, do you have something? He said, I don't have anything. Just, I mean, I can't afford. So then Prophet asked him that, if you are what the ring he was wearing, Hazrat Ali was wearing, you know what happened, that Prophet said, okay, give this ring to me. So then Prophet got that ring, sold that out, got money, and got very few things for which women, who is the leader of women in heavens. It's not a minor thing. She's been definitely told at many times in ahadith, in different ahadith, that Bibi is the leader of the women in heaven. For that women's marriage, just few things, very few things, not costly, must be afforded by a man, must be afforded by a groom. In this way, that Prophet arranged this all marriage. And then walima is just supposed to arrange by the man, by the groom, all the expenditures. And definitely, I give you one more example. In the Arabs today, even today, if I think everybody must be in contact with the Arabia, any of one's relatives or any of one's friends must be living over there. So I tell you very interesting thing. In Arabia today, even all the expenditures are to be afforded by the groom side. Nothing is supposed to be afforded by the bridal side, which has definitely been ordered by the Islam. Islam is telling you to do or to behave like this. And what is happening today? That one thing, that girl is sorry, girl definitely has been one thing. The parents of girls, they are supposed to give their girl to whom they have brought her out, brought her up, and they people are giving their daughter to some other family to create a new family, because you are in need, to create a new family. You need a woman, a female. They are giving their women, they are giving their girl, they are giving their daughter, and as well as they are giving each and everything for the life usages. It's really disgusting. It's really bad. It's really black tradition, what I've mentioned on my uh, thumbnail, that this is going to be the black tradition of the society, and unfortunately it's been flourishing much more for long time. And I consider now it's time that all the things are opened, all the globe is now one, there is now one global village. Why we call that global village? Because all of the countries are together. I mean, today, this time, if I'm sitting here, so complete world is watching me, mean which was not possible before. Like if there was electronic media, so very in specific areas, just you could be watched out. But now I am sitting in front of this application, and all the globe is watching me, all the countries are watching me, all the world is watching me. So now we have to get some positivities from other countries, from other places as well, not just the negativities. All the time we people are discussing about the negativities of different areas, of different countries, but we people are unable to find out any positivity what you people are getting from others, which is unfortunate. If any country, western country, is going to give you any positive thing, so we just avoid. If the people are going to give you something negative, we adopt that very quickly, which is very unfortunate. So definitely, because in my channel is in English, and many of the western my friends, they must be watching me. I don't know what the people are going to have assumption about me, but I'm telling you the truth. If there is any sort of negativity, we are going to adopt that very quickly. And if any positive thing is going to be given to you, then I don't know where we sleep, where we go. We just keep silence, which is one of the unfortunate for us. And very unfortunately, that we are not accepting, we are not focusing on this thing. And I tell you one more thing, that most of the families who can afford, so they people are going for this mean lavish style of marriages, lavish style of events, or mean whatever the programs they people are going to arrange. So in this we mean, what you people think, where the mediocre should go, where the lower class should go. And lower class and the middle class, they also must be thinking, if anybody can afford and if going to do all that, those sheds, so mean you should also be on the same track. This is really incomprehensible. I cannot even understand all these things. I mean, for example, because I mean, we must observe the history of the world. We must observe the history of different countries. Never, ever been the same classes in at any time since the beginning of this world, since the beginning of humankind. Always there have been the differences. So if any mean calibered class person can afford, so what should I do? That should I be on the same track? And how I am going to manage? Okay, I'm going to get loans and going to get installments and whatever the things coming in my mind, I am going to adopt that. But I'm not understanding that what condition, what actual condition of finances I have. So if I cannot afford, so I should avoid from these things. Okay, this is the main second solution. Definitely, it's not the first one. First remedy is there just to avoid this. What should I say? This black tradition we must curtail. We must cut down this shit sort of tradition. But unfortunately, we people are not accepting these things. We people are not covering these things. But second solution, if a person who can afford and going towards any sort of these shits, so they should be allowed to go. But what next? Should we go on the same track where I cannot even walk, and there I should start running? Then definitely I must be in trouble too, which is very, very unfortunate, and it's not going to be the solution of anything. That if anyone can afford, so that person is affording. If I cannot afford, even then I'm trying to afford, and I am trying to use different unacceptable and difficult manners, like the loaning, like the installments, and then just going to be in debt for throughout my life. And what is not been ordered by your religion, what is not been ordered by your society, this is just pomp and show. Just apparent shows are there, just to kill those things, just to fulfill that of your requirement of to kill or fulfill that of your habit. You people are going to do this, so this is going to be unfortunate. This is not acceptable at all. That just by observing others mean I am going to be on the same track which I cannot adopt. Then what happens that when I am on that track, so then definitely I must be having accident. I must be injuring myself. Whatever on which time, it's not clear, but ultimately road which is unaffordable for me, definitely if I am trying to be on that road, so I will have to face difficult time, the trouble, the problem, which is the biggest unfortunate with us. And we have to curtail these things. We have to cut down these things, because these things are not requirements. These are not even the requirements of the society. If any person from the society is saying something, not to focus on that, just focus on your work, just focus on the thing which is affordable for you, which is been ordered to you by your religion. Religion even does not order you the sacrificing, even does not order you the pilgrimage if you cannot afford. Mean the biggest thing, the most mean highest leveled praying to go for pilgrimage. But religion is not ordering you if you cannot afford, even just by living at your place. There are many more things if you are going to do, so you can be on the pilgrimage. So just tell me that how can or how this is possible that religion is going to give you order that okay, you have to do it at any cost, whether you can afford or you cannot. You people are supposed to. So this is impossible. If your religion, if we people are Muslims and Pakistanis, we have to cut down this black tradition. And I consider, now you know that this is going to be my second program on which I'm talking about dowry. First of all, we must start from ourselves. Any of our daughter, sister, or whosoever known to us, that we must try to curtail this black tradition. We must try to convince the side of groom that this is going to be a bad habit, bad flourishing habit and tradition. We must curtail. This has not been ordered by Islam. This has not been ordered by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This has not been ordered by the God. So when this has not been ordered by any of our leader, any of our sacred book, so then why we people are going towards this, and why we people are going to indulge ourselves in this much difficult time, that we are going to ruin our health, we are going to ruin our habits, we are going to ruin our finance. Why we people are going for these things when it is not required? So in the end, I would request all whosoever is watching me right now or who are going to watch me later, for God's sake, think about it. Please think about it. Dowry is a curse. Dowry is a black tradition. Dowry is a negative thing. Dowry is not been ordered by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dowry is not been ordered by God. Dowry is not been written in the holy book of Quran. Even this has not been written in any sacred book which has been sent from the God. Then why we people are going towards that thing which is not been ordered by the God? Even then, if we are acting upon, then definitely we must be indulging ourselves in more and more difficult times, and we are definitely going to do harm with ourselves, not just in this world, as well as on doomsday. Thank you very much. God bless all of you. Long live Pakistan.